Wow. Oh, thank you so much, Digger. I tell you, Digger hasn't told you, but I'll share this. He's a multiple cancer survivor. And he still has that same energy and enthusiasm. And he still reminds me, maybe not as much as when I was at ESPN 20 times a day, but he reminds me at least 10 times, hey, Dickie V, you know who beat John Wooden? You know who broke his 88-game win streak? You know who won 4 games in a row at UCLA? Nobody's done that. You know I should be in the Hall of Fame? Hey, man, you got my vote, but my vote doesn't count. I really thank you, Digger. I want to thank Kevin Nagandi with the amazing job he has done. It's not easy to orchestrate a room of this size. I certainly want to thank Mary Keneally, Janet Allen, Rebecca. They did a phenomenal job to put this together. Just take a look right here. They deserve one hell of a hand. I want to thank my wife. Digger alluded to my wife. Man, I've told people this all the time. I'm in 14 Hall of Fames. I can't run, I can't jump, I can't shoot. I got a body by Linguini, and I'm in 14 Hall of Fames. But the only Hall of Famer in my family is my wife. She is absolutely. My life changed. My life changed drastically when one night, with my buddies who are in the house here today, Richie Adebato, Mike Fratello. Gee, we got a president now, Jimmy Pitaro. Sounds like an Italian construction company. I mean, unbelievable. But you see, one day we would meet at this place, it was a singles club, but we'd go there to talk basketball. And we went in there one night. It was the greatest night of my life. That was the night in July of 1970 when I met this young lady. And all you coaches in this house, Bruce Pearl, Tom Crean, Chris Beer, Johnny Dawkins, all you guys, you couldn't recruit with me, man. I went in that night, she shot me down twice when I asked her to dance. And I came back to that table, and all my buddies who were high school coaches, they ragged on me like you couldn't believe. But being the competitor that I am, I said, I will get her to dance. And I'm not a betting man, but you throw some cash up, and I will get her to dance. And they threw money up. I took the money. I went over. I said, look, let me ask you something. Why do you dress to look so good? I've been watching you rejecting all these guys asking you to dance. I said, I don't want nothing. I want to dance. I said, I just bet my buddies I can get you to the dance floor. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you the money. You can have the money. I guess everybody's got a price, man, but she went dancing. And we've been dancing ever since. I want to thank, seriously, I want to thank right now, I want the board of directors all to stand from the V Foundation. Every board member, please stand. I can't see you with these lights, but I know you're in the house here. I see George Bodenheimer. I see there's Harry Rhodes. Oh, I love Harry Rhodes. Harry Rhodes is the chairman of the Washington Speakers Bureau. And Harry, you've been so good to me for a lot of years. John Fields in the house with the head of wealth management of Merrill Lynch. I love John, too. He hired me to do 9 speeches for Merrill Lynch. I love you, John. I know Harry likes you, too, because he got the damn commission. Well, you see, these board members, I wish I could see it. I could turn the lights. I wish I could see where they're at. But I'm telling you, you people have no idea. The board is consisting of all super giants in the corporate world, the legal world, the medicine, and they're so dedicated to save people's lives. This deserves an incredible hand. You know how much they have raised? Steve Bornstein, now the leader, former president of ESPN. Today I took a great picture with 3 presidents. George, my guy, I'll tell you this, Steve, and my new buddy, man, I only wish I was 35 and you were the president, Jimmy P. Because I know you'd take care of me big time. Because if you didn't, I would call my Uncle Luigi up in the mafia and you'd be in trouble, baby. But you see, they have raised, you ready for this? $220 million that's been utilized in research. And that deserves a hand. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for Digger and our buddy Jimmy V. Jimmy V had a dream and a goal when he came down with his cancer. Man, that speech he gave, you talk about a legacy. Forget about cutting the nets down. Forget about winning a national championship. How would you like to have a legacy where you affect people's lives for years and years and years? And that's what Jimmy V has done and will continue to do with all the research that's been done. Just unbelievable. I was so touched today when I watched Tom do the presentation here with the Trent family. Amazing. Talk about courage. Talk about someone with unbelievable courage for what he went through. No child should go through that pain. I looked at that video and it brought back memories. I look at my buddy here, John Cooper. It brought back memories. Let me tell you, learn a lot about a guy. Not just when they give him the gold trophy and they say you're number one. John Cooper, for people in here that are fans in sports, this year won 62 games with the Lightning. 62. That's as good as anybody has ever done in the history of hockey. And then they had a couple of injuries. Yeah, that deserves a hand, man. Then they had a couple of injuries, and they ran into a very hot team coached by another Paisan, John Tortorella, and they had a tough time. But John didn't go hide. You know what this guy did? Why he's here tonight? He gets it. Unfortunately, a lot of athletes and stars in the world of sports don't get it. That bothers me. It bothers me when I'm on the phone, I'm asking someone to come. Oh, you know, what do we get paid? What about our room? What about a hotel? Really? Go tell that to the kids that are here today. Go tell it to the kids that were on this stage here fighting for their lives. But you people that are here, you get it. You get it. That's special. Let me tell you. I was so touched, John, when you called me up a week ago, and he said to me on the phone, he said, Dick, my son is up in Montreal with my wife and I competing in hockey. But I want you to know, I'm taking a plane the day of your event, and I'm coming to that event. Because what you've done with kids, and I've witnessed because you've come up to Tampa with me, I will be there. Man, you're not only a great coach, better than that, you're a great humanitarian and a great person. And I admire you for that. I see we have superstars in this house. Brian Ford, who does a great job with the Bucks, called me up and he said, Dick, we're going to support you big time. And oh, did they support us? Are you kidding me? Hall of Famers? Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice, Dexter Jackson. There's a host of Bucks in this house. Monty Kiffin, the architect of their defense that won the Super Bowl, baby. I tell you, I only wish we could get you guys back on the field, but you better tell those Bucks administrators, Brian, they better sign my guy up who's here tonight. Yeah, all-pro defense for 6 years, superstar Mr. McCoy. I want him back in a Bucks uniform, man. I'm going to get in trouble with that one. But I will tell you this. Jimmy V in that speech electrified our nation. I can never forget standing next to him. When we brought him up on a stage, I thought he would simply say, thank you. When he received the Arthur Ashe Award, I introduced him. I don't know where he got the courage and the ability to speak as he did, because if you had seen him the day before and the day of, it was unbelievable, sick as a dog. But as he told the crowd, cancer, oh yeah, I could take my physical abilities, but it can't touch my heart, my soul, my spirit. And don't give up. Don't ever give up. I know this room is filled with many people that have battled cancer. Many of you. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Keep fighting and fighting and fighting. When we started this, I had a call from Nick Valvano. Nick, who roomed, by the way, with Digger at Rider College. They had a call. He said, Dick, we want to get an awareness to the V Foundation in Florida. Can we have a little party at your house? We had a party. About 200 people. And it went so well that we decided, because I went to a funeral. When I went to that funeral, my wife and I, we cried like babies. We're not talking the flu. They lost their child. They were living the American dream. 3 beautiful kids, beautiful house, nice job. And all of a sudden, their life changed. It changed all of a sudden as they went to a doctor to look at an evaluation of a knee that was paining a young girl. That pain turned to be a tumor on the spine, size of a grapefruit, and it metastasized. My wife and I watched that little girl, Peyton. We watched her become blind. We watched her become paralyzed. We watched her pass. We went to the funeral. I went to that funeral, man, I will never forget it. Holly and Patrick talking about their beautiful little girl and watching video just broke my heart. And when it ended, I ran over to both of them. I said, look, we can't save your little girl, but I vow to you, I'm going to raise $1 million in 6 months in her name, and we're going to battle that disease. I called up Mike Krzyzewski and I said, Mike, I want to honor you, and we did. And from that moment on, we're where we are today. My goal today, and it's tough, man, it's begging and pleading. I've said this when Urban Meyer was here in Jim Harbaugh last year. If Michigan, Ohio State, Clemson, Notre Dame, they call a meeting because they want to outdo each other with facilities. Hey, we got to have better than Alabama, man. They got the greatest locker rooms. They got the greatest this. We need a better one. What's that going to cost? Oh, that we're about $70 million. You know how long it takes them to get that $70 million? No time. And I got to beg, and I got to plead, and I got to work the phones 24/7 trying to raise $4 million to help kids battling cancer. That's not fair, man. It's not fair. And you see, I see nothing wrong with a school and people having that kind of spirit. But my God, we're talking about lives. Tonight, I want to simply say thank you, Dabo. Oh my God, Dabo, sweetie, what a lucky break. My buddy Bob Schuzen's in the house who I worked with, and we had him and we interviewed him. And we interviewed Dabo. Tim Beret got him. We interviewed him during the Notre Dame game with Clemson. And he came on. Oh my God, I said, I love this guy immediately. And Dabo, we got the video to prove it. He said, I can't believe I'm here with Dickie V. I've been a diaper dandy. I wanted Dickie V. I love basketball. And when I played 20 years ago, I was hoping he'd call me a diaper dandy. Dabo, you're no diaper dandy, man. As I said earlier, you're a prime time performer, and you're solid gold, baby. But you know what? You made one major mistake, and it wasn't in marriage because you overachieved, but you made one major mistake. How the hell did you accept from Clemson? 10 years at only $9.3 million a year? If you had me as your agent, I would have got you $15 million. Anybody gives you $9 million, they're making $20 million on top of yours. Bottom line is 2 national titles. You know what that cash register went like down here, Clemson? Ding-a-ling-ding, ding-a-ling-ding. Man, my guy Chris Fowler, can't thank you enough, buddy. 1987, he comes to my house, and he does an interview with my daughters. My daughters were playing at the Voluntary Academy. They were state champs in tennis. They were going to go on to Notre Dame, and Chris says, I want to do a feature on them. And he did it. And then he challenged me to play tennis in my backyard. And we played. And he tells people, it was an M&M, it was a mismatch, it was NC no contest, and he was right. He whipped me 1-1, He says it was 0-1, but no, it was 1-1. I got 2 games. But you see, you had those young legs. But more than that, Chris, when you left the house that night, I told my wife, that young guy's going to make it. You have it, my friend, and know how to communicate. Get that little abrasive stick at times, and that's all good. But you have it. You have it. I talked about John Cooper, and I could say the same about Avery Johnson. Avery lost his job in Alabama. They made a mistake. This guy's a winner. He's a winner. Think about this. Jeff Vinnick, the superstar owner of the Lightning, and I mean superstar. He's as good as it gets. He's got a heart of gold. But we were talking, and I introduced Jeff to Avery. I said, Jeff, think about this. This guy was never drafted. Never drafted. And he went and became a 16-year player in the NBA. 16 years. Won a world championship. Led the NBA in assists several years. Was NBA Coach of the Year with the Mavericks, I believe. Guy's done a phenomenal job. Alabama got too quick on the trigger. But I'm telling you, Avery, I called you the night you got let go. And I told you then, you're a winner, my friend, and you will bounce back bigger than ever. Look, you got what it takes. You're a good person, a good human being. I can't thank our 2 winners of the John Saunders Award. Oh my God, Lee Corso, another Paisan. I didn't see Lee. I know he's here. I know Lee's in the house. Where's Lee? Lee, my man, love him. On those college game day, you make the show, man. You put that hat on and you cheer. But you know what? You don't put it on enough for Notre Dame, man. And my family's all Notre Dame. But Lee, he does wonders helping kids up in Orlando area with cancer. But more than that, he battled adversity. He battled a stroke. But it didn't stop him. It didn't stop him. He has a heart of gold. Thank you, Lee. And last but not least, the young lady sitting right in front of me. I've worked with this young lady. She's an Emmy nominee this year, should be a winner as an investigative, as a reporter. She does a tremendous job as a reporter for ESPN in a multitude of sports. But more than that, if you've seen her background, multiple cancer battles, she fights it so courageously. And Holly, you don't realize all the people you have inspired and motivated, including me. I remember we did a game up in Kansas. I had a little tough time getting in with the plane, flying in. And then I saw your face. And I said, oh my God, for what she goes through, I'm going to bitch and moan about travel? Are you kidding me? Special, as special as it gets. Just like I want to bring up here, I think they're in the house somewhere. Mary, come up here, guys. Come up here. I want to bring this up because this tells us why we're here. You see these guys and this young lady? Ladies go first, so I'll start with the beautiful girl on the left. First of all, there are a lot of beautiful kids. You saw them up on here. And I'm not just singling these out because these represent basically what we're here for. This young lady right here, Sadie, come up here. Sadie Slay. When she's in the hospital, Sadie is now 12 years old. And Sadie was in the hospital and she saw those kids going through what they were going through as she was battling her disease. She told her mom, I got to do something for these kids. She went out and she got toys. And this year, not only in Dallas where she lives, but in Florida, over 13,000 toys she had delivered to hospitals all over for Christmas. Champion, a bona fide champion. This guy right here, I told a story early tonight at the press conference. I was sitting having dinner with my buddy Mike Valdez, who's got a heart of gold here. His buddy John Thiel, Leonard Hamilton, are back there, Florida State guys. But Mike and I were having dinner at Capitol Grove, my wife, and all of a sudden this beautiful couple came over, and they said, our names are Amy and Jared. We want to thank you, Dick. Thank you for what you're doing because it affects my family. Our son has brain cancer. And I said, well, don't leave. Sit here and tell us the story. And they had dinner. They sat with us. We got to know him well. And then they showed me a video. They showed me a video of this guy playing hockey. I said, oh my God. I don't know anything about hockey. I don't know red lines, green lines, yellow lines. But I knew one thing. He was putting that damn puck in the net, left and right, left and right. So finally, when we got in the car, I said to my wife, dial John's number, Coach Cooper. I called him up and I said, John, I need a favor, man. I need a jersey, a Lightning jersey with his name on it. He'll go crazy. But the champ that this guy is and the reason he gets it, he's a dick. Come on now. You gotta be better than that. I said, jersey's nothing. He said, have his family or you bring him up. I'll let him skate with our team at a skate around. And he did. And he did. 2, not 1 brain surgery, but 2. 2. Loads of chemo, radiation, but he's cancer-free now, so your dollar's worth. This 10-year-old guy, I don't know how he ever did it. You look at him. He looks healthier than anybody I've ever seen in this room. But Joshua had a real battle with ALL. Joshua had a real battle. For 3.5 years, in a 3.5-year period, he did 1,200 doses of chemotherapy. 1,200. Can't keep him down. Loves football. I took him with my wife and I took Joshua and his family, private plane. We flew into South Bend, saw Notre Dame and Southern Cal, was in a locker room. Brian Kelly took them all over. And you know what? What I love about all these kids and all the ones that were up here, they don't want anything. They just give, and they can't do enough to raise money to help others. You guys can go. Thank you, man. Thank you. I would close with this. As we are sitting here today, I will never forget the young lady I told about earlier, Peyton, had passed. Her mom asked me if she could speak to this crowd about 5 years ago, I guess. I said, you sure, Holly, you want to do that? She said, yes, I want to do it. And Holly got up on this microphone, and I'll paraphrase it. She said to the crowd, and the crowd was loaded with all coaches. I remember Calipari was one there, Self, Izzo. She says, you know what, coaches? You guys lose a game, and you think it's the end of the world. And it should be because it's your livelihood. But you know what? You're going to get another game to coach. I am never, ever going to get a chance to coach my little girl. My God, how powerful is that? As we sit here today, there are about 45 to 50 mothers and fathers today who went home from the doctor's office and they heard 4 words that no mom and dad ever wants to hear. Your child has cancer. It's life-changing. Talk to anybody in this room, anybody that has that situation. So I beg you and I plead with you. 4 million is not enough. Based on what I saw here with the auction items, we're going to hit that number. We need a lot more. Only you know your financial situation. I don't want anybody to give if they don't have it. I realize people struggle. But if you're in great shape, man, and things have gone well, I beg you, I plead with you, because I'll close with this, and this affects John. John and I got really to know a youngster named Tony Colton. Many in this room don't know him. Tony was as courageous as can be. I will never forget Tony as long as I live. He stood on this stage with me here 2 years ago, and he told this crowd about what he went through for 6 years and his battle. Don't let kids suffer like me, please, he said. Don't let them suffer. And about 3 weeks after our event, I got a call that he was at All Children's Hospital, where they're doing a magnificent job. I went to visit him with my wife. He's laying in bed like what you saw there with, oh my God, what you saw there in that video that Tom had about the youngster Trent. Oh my God, crushed me watching him laying in that bed. Morphine, all kinds of things going, tubes. He could barely whisper. He was a kid, had a great smile, always was vivacious, always wanted to help everyone, a teenager. And he went like this to the bed. I went over to the bedside with him, and we hugged. You could barely hear him speak. He said, Mr. V, don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing. I hugged him, and I said, Tony, I promise you, till my last breath, I'm going to beg, and I'm going to plead, and I'm going to call people to help young people. And then a few weeks later, he passed. My wife and I went to the wake. We shouldn't be going any wakes. Kids should be out playing. They should be having a ball. I close again by saying to all of you, this room is filled with so many Hall of Famers, not only in sports. We have Hall of Famers in here in medicine. We have Hall of Famers in here in law, Hall of Famers in the corporate world, Hall of Famers in the game of life. You're all basically in this room a Hall of Famer to me, no matter what you have given. But I ask you from the bottom of my heart, please continue to spread the word and live by Jimmy's theory. I told you tonight, Jimmy's philosophy is very simple. You should be moved every day to tears. You should be moved to laughter and moved to thought. And my friends, I guarantee that has happened here tonight. God bless you from the bottom of my heart. I love every one of you. And if I have become annoying by begging you for money, please understand. Please understand why I do it. It's not for me. Or maybe it is for me because I'm a little selfish. I got 5 beautiful grandkids. They're healthy. They play national tennis. They play lacrosse. They're healthy. They're in a room here today. I got beautiful daughters and beautiful son-in-laws. We've been blessed. And I'm hoping and praying, God forbid, because it could change in 1 minute. A headache could lead to being brain cancer. A pain in the hip could be a tumor on the spine. One never knows. So I'm hoping and praying from a selfish standpoint, there's enough dollars for research to battle. God bless. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're awesome, baby, with a capital M.